Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with you.
Middle school, I really wanted to sing. I really wanted to be a pop star. I told my mom and she said no, so.
I guess like we became friends pretty quickly. I think we got along pretty well doing that. And then once, so I graduated, came to New York, worked, like a year, like tried to kind of do some musical stuff on the side here and there, really just like kind of solo guitar stuff. But then I remember when Savannah was graduating and it was certain that she was going to also be in New York, like we just started tossing the idea around for fun. Something like led to another. And once we started doing it, I don't think we ever really thought about it stopping.
That it's wrong, to take.
I grew up in a very diverse neighborhood. Lots of Asian American kids in my school, but I also I played piano, so the piano studio was all Asian. I also played guzheng, like the Chinese zither, so that was also kind of like the Chinese society. So we would get together every Chinese New Year and play together.
My town in particular was not very diverse. I could probably name the number of Asian people at my school or my grade on one hand, maybe two.
In general, I think we come from very different backgrounds in terms of how we think about our Asianness in our music and in general. Being in such a diverse neighborhood, I never really thought of myself as being very Asian or being much of an outsider just because that community was so large and self-sufficient, whereas Mike had a really different experience.
With his fingers, singing my life with his words.
When we think of the ways that people face challenges, it's either by the way that you sound, what your content is about, or how you look. We don't necessarily focus on Asian American content that would be recognized by someone who doesn't see what we look like or see the experiences that we've gone through. In general, I think the comments have all been about the sound and about the voice. So we've been lucky so far. As we go forward, things might change. We'll adapt to new challenges, but so far it's been great.
We're pretty hard on ourselves, I think, but I think us being very self-critical really leads us to hopefully get further in our craft and just refine it. I don't think I would be where I am on guitar if I didn't play a lot of progressive metal that has nothing to do with what we currently sound like. Currently, as you know, in Manhattan, I work as a data scientist.
I'm a consultant, so I have a really exciting corporate job. If I'm going to speak from the point of view of someone who has a day job and doesn't have, all the time that they want to devote to music, which is something that both of us experience, I think it's very important to align priorities very early on. For me, early on, it was rough for both of us because I hadn't set my priorities and I hadn't set priorities for my friends, and I didn't show them how important music was to me. So I feel like for people who are either starting out, who are feeling like they're struggling because of the balance, sometimes you do have to make sacrifices, but I feel like those sacrifices are worth it if you do make that decision.
Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue.